Right. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present here today. A very warm welcome to OPassion Singapore, Malaysia Global. My name is Jeannie Tan, your host today. OPassion was formed in November 2020, run by a group of dedicated host team members. We had our first trial webinar on the 23rd of September 2021, and our first public webinar was on the 30th of September 2021 under the mentorship of Dr. Bill Williams. We meet on every Thursday. The mission of OPassion is to ignite passion for humanity, to nurture mindset and leadership for passion and OBLESS, and to form passion groups for good causes. And today, our speaker is none other than Dr. Tunisha Ford from USA. And before I call on Dr. Tunisha to give us her sharing.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore.
We go Singapore.
Absolutely. We are Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you.
Get ready for the greatest shape of your life. Get ready for the greatest shape of your life.
Greetings to my Singapore, Malaysia family and all of the other global brand ambassadors. Thank you for joining me today on July 11th, at 9 o'clock p.m. Singapore, Malaysia time, and 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. My topic today is 8 character traits of people who get ahead in life. I hope this message will encourage you all to become the best version of yourself as you embark on your life's journey. Blessings to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kumaran. All right, let me do an introduction of Dr. Tunisha. Dr. Tunisha A. Ford is the founder and CEO of Your Own Uniqueness, INC, a non-profit 501c3 organization for self-improvement, overcoming barriers, realizing full potential and destiny. She's also an international transformational speaker, life coach, empowerment trainer, teacher of life skills, and much, much more. She's also a host for former TV talk show, the Dr. Tunisha Ford Show. And of course, there are many, many other things that I could introduce, but let's end here because it's going to be a long, long string of what I can introduce about her. So before we take too much time on this, Dr. Tunisha, we would like to pass the time over to you. Dr. Tunisha, please. Let's put our hands together and
All right.
your pen and paper
All right.
ready to take notes.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am so honored to be here today, and I hope that you all will enjoy this message, and I hope you all leave with a better understanding of who you are and who you wish to become. As Jenny introduced the topic, 8 character traits of people who get ahead in life. When you think about getting ahead, you may think about, well, higher learning, getting certificates or degrees. You may think about status, think about a 6-figure job, being around people who are influencers, getting that notoriety, having fame. Those are the things that we think about when we think about getting ahead. But how many people think about having character traits that will catapult our lives so that we can experience all that God has called us to experience in this world, in this lifetime? I would like to share with you today 8 character traits that we all should strive to possess if we are going to get ahead in life. It's not about materialism. It's about looking in the mirror at yourself and asking yourself questions so that you can understand that you're on this earth to make a contribution, but you have to have the right character traits in order to do that. So before I go into the actual 8 character traits, I would like for you to ask yourself, as I go through each one, I'm going to give you all an assignment. I want you all to ask yourself 3 questions as I go through each trait. The first question is, do I possess this trait, this character trait? Do I possess this character trait? The second question is, do the people in my life possess this trait? And the third question you're going to ask yourself is, if I'm weak in this area, if I'm weak in this trait, am I willing to work on changing and being better in that area? However you want to word that. Let me repeat that again. The first one is, do I possess this character trait? Second one, do the people in my life possess this trait? And thirdly, if I'm weak in this trait, am I willing to work on this trait? Those are the questions that I want you to ask yourself as we go through each one. The first character trait that I want to share with you today, this is so important. The very first one, the apex, is faithfulness. Faithfulness, number one. A faithful character is someone who can be relied upon to keep their promises, honor their commitment, and stay true to their core values. They're trustworthy, reliable, and dependable. And they inspire others to have faith in them and their actions. Think about that. A person who is trustworthy, reliable, and dependable. Is that you? Are you someone that is trustworthy, reliable, and dependable? Are you around people who are trustworthy, reliable, and dependable? When you think about that attribute, the reason why I said it's number one, because if you're not faithful, if you don't possess faithfulness, then you cannot even go into the next areas that I'm getting ready to share with you. Because that is the apex of every single character trait that you will ever experience in this life, especially having a good character. And there are 5 benefits of having a faithfulness, 5 areas, or should I say 5 benefits. The first one is faithfulness develops faith. Secondly, faithfulness proves the reality of God. That's right. Faithfulness proves the reality of God. Thirdly, faithfulness builds families and relationships. Number 4, faith is a clear conscience. And the last one, faithfulness produces fruit. Now, the 5 benefits, can you all see how faithfulness can produce the benefits, these particular benefits that I just shared? Think about that. Again, faithfulness develops faith. Faithfulness develops reality in God. Faithfulness builds families and relationships. Faithfulness gives a clear conscience. And faithfulness produces fruit. Now, I'm going to ask you, now we're going back to the 3 questions I asked you all earlier. Ask yourself this question. Do I possess the character of faithfulness? Do the people in my life possess the character trait of faithfulness? If I'm weak in this area, if I'm weak in faithfulness, am I willing to work on this trait? Those are the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. So again, number 1, faithfulness. The second character trait, remember now, we're talking about traits, character traits of people who get ahead in life. The second one is passion. Passion. Passion provides us with the energy to go towards our dreams. It's that drive, that unstoppable drive, that no matter what you're going through in life, doesn't matter about the ups and downs, but you are focused. You know you have a purpose, and you know that you have to achieve it. There's no other choice. Like that Mr. Ashford always says, I think I'm going to do or I die. I cannot get off of this road. I have to stay steadfast. I have to be in gear, no matter what. And that's what passion is all about. It's a guide to maintaining goal-oriented behavior. It's a guide. It gives you that oomph. It's that power behind you. So in order for you to get ahead in life, that's a character trait that you must have. So again, ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I possess the character trait of passion? Do the people in my life possess the character trait of passion? And the third question you want to ask yourself, if I'm weak in passion, if I'm weak in this character trait of passion, am I willing to work on it? Am I willing to work on it? That's the second character trait, passion. The third character trait, loyalty. Loyalty, ladies and gentlemen, loyalty. Loyalty implies a faithfulness that is steadfast in the face of any temptation to renounce, desert, or betray. In other words, no matter what it is, if you're loyal to someone or loyal to something, you're not going to renounce it, you're not going to desert it, and nor will you betray it. When I was watching OPassion 360 yesterday with Ash, Chris, Red, and Marty, before Ash left, the three men said something to him that was so profound. They said to him, "We are with you." I'm summarizing that. We're with you. We're not going anywhere. We're in it for the long haul. We've got your back. That's in essence what they said. They were showing Mr. Ash that they were loyal. They didn't care about the ups and downs. They didn't care about what the company is going through right now. They understood all that. But I'm not going anywhere. Marty said, "I'm not going anywhere." Red said, I'm not going anywhere." Chris, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care what happens. I'm with you. I'm for you. And accepting someone, when you love someone, when you believe in someone, you're not threatened. You're not going to threaten to leave them because they're challenges. And that's loyalty. That's loyalty. Ask yourself the question, 3 questions again. Do you possess the character trait of loyalty? Do you possess that trait? Do the people in my life possess the loyalty, the trait of loyalty? Do the people in my life possess that trait? And thirdly, if I'm weak in that area of loyalty, am I willing to change? Am I willing to work on that? So that's number 3, loyalty. Loyalty. Number 4, integrity. How can I leave that out, right? Integrity. Integrity. It can be defined as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Integrity is more than just not lying about something. It's not about just being truthful. Integrity is being authentic and transparent, being in a good place with yourself. So integrity is not only for someone else, it benefits you. Are you true to you? Are you true to yourself? Are you authentic? Do you admit that you have thoughts? Do you admit that you're still a work in progress? That's integrity. So again, it's not about, well, I didn't lie. No, but you may not lie to them, but are you lying to yourself? You may be truthful to somebody else, but are you being truthful to you? How many times do we go out there and try to please everybody else? But we come home and we sit in our lonely place and we're dissatisfied because we know that we were not being true to ourselves. We find ourselves in situations and doing things that we truly don't want to do. It's not in our heart to do it. We don't believe in that, but yet we find ourselves in situations where we're doing things so that we can appease someone else. That's not integrity. When there's integrity in place, that means that you may have to displease someone. You may have to say no. But as long as you know that when you say no, that you're being true to you and you're being authentic, because the most important thing, the most important person at the end of the day is you. It's you. It's okay to be giving. It's okay to care about other people. But if you're caring about other people and there's no joy in it, you're not satisfied in it, you lack integrity. I want to give you 6 attributes of integrity. They're honesty, contentment, truthfulness, fair play, probity, which means open, honest, trustworthy. They don't cheat or steal. And the last one, number 6, non-compromising principles. These are the attributes of integrity. You're honest. You walk in contentment. Truthfulness is your aim. Fair play. You treat people how you truly want to be treated. Fair play. Probity, open, honest, and trustworthy. You don't want to lie or steal. And you don't compromise your values. That's a person of integrity. Here are the 3 questions again. Do I possess the character trait of integrity? Do the people in my life possess the character trait of integrity? And the third one is, if I am weak in this area of integrity, am I willing to work on it? Number 4, integrity. Number five, diligence. Remember now, we're talking about the character traits of people who get ahead in life. These are the character traits that you should possess if you truly want to draw good things to your life. If you want to put that aura out there, if you want God to bless you in every area of your life, you must possess these character traits. If you want to be around other people and you want them to glean from your goodness, if you want them to glean from your self-worth, then you need to have these character traits. So number 5, diligence. Diligence, steady and earnest. To zealously seek for something with all of one's heart, strength, and might. Let me say that one again. Steady and earnest. To zealously seek for something with all of your heart, strength, and might. Diligence. No matter what, you're steadfast. Your feet are in the ground. You're not going anywhere. You're aiming for the prize, and you're going to keep on moving. I don't care what's on your back. I don't care what's in front of you. I don't care what's on the side of you. You're moving forward. The challenges of life are not going to hold you up because you're diligent. It conveys the idea of being hardworking, attentive, busy, constant, and persistent in one's devotion to what he or she is doing. That's diligence. That's diligence. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I possess this character trait of diligence? The second question you want to ask yourself, do the people in my life possess the character trait of diligence? And thirdly, if I'm weak in this character trait of diligence, am I willing to work on it? Am I willing to work on that character trait? Number 6, we're almost finished. Number 6, team player. A person who wants to get ahead in life is a team player. You're not a lone ranger. You don't try to micromanage other people. You aren't the only one in the room that's smart. You aren't the one that's always desiring to have the last say. You're a team player. A team player, a person, is someone who actively contributes to their group in order to complete a task, meet goals, or manage projects. Team players actively, here's the key word, they actively listen to their coworkers or who they're working with. They respect people's ideals, and they aim to improve the product or process at hand. That's what a team player does. Again, they're not micromanaging people. They're not the one on the team and everybody else is working hard and they just sit back and do nothing and say, oh, I'm on this fabulous team, and they get accolades too because everybody else is doing all the work, but they just sit there and show up. That's not a team player. And I'm pretty sure many of you know people like that. They're in the room, but they're not participating. They don't contribute. They don't bring value to what you're trying to do. I want to name 5 qualities of a good team player. 5 qualities of a good team player. Number 1, communication skills. A good team player has good communication skills. The other one is collaboration. Collaboration is at the heart of teamwork. In other words, coming together, putting your input in, and valuing what other people have to say, but you're collaborating because you're trying to meet a common goal. The third quality of a team player is accountability. A good team player takes responsibility for their actions and outcomes. The next one, adaptability. One word to describe that: you're flexible. You're not rigid. You're flexible. You're ready to move with the team. You can go with the flow if you need to, as long as it's for the better good. And the last one is positive attitude, having a healthy mindset, a positive attitude. So again, the 5 qualities of a good team player is communication skills, collaboration, accountability, adaptability, and positive attitude. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I possess the character trait of a team player? Am I a team player? Do the people in my life possess the character trait of a team player? And thirdly, if I am weak in this area of being a team player, am I willing to work on it? Am I willing to work on it? That's number 6. Number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7. Remember, we're looking at the character traits of people who get ahead in life. Number 7, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Dr. T, what is emotional intelligence? A person with emotional intelligence, they set the tone in the atmosphere. Emotional intelligence refers to the capability of a person to manage and control his or her emotions, and possesses the ability to control the emotions of others as well. That's profound. I'm going to read that one again. Let me say that for you again. Emotional intelligence refers to the capability of a person to manage and control his or her emotions, and possess the ability to control the emotions of others as well. Have you ever been in a situation where things escalate all because somebody's emotions got out of hand, or things were brought at bay because somebody knew how to control their emotions? I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced that. That's emotional influence. There are 4 domains of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. 4 domains of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. When you operate in these 4 domains, what you do is that you lower the stress level, less emotional reactivity, and fewer unintended consequences. So when a person possesses emotional intelligence, they are the ones who control the atmosphere and create a positive atmosphere wherever they are, because they're in control of their emotions. Therefore, they control the emotions of other people. Now, ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I possess the character trait of emotional intelligence? Do the people in my life possess the character trait of emotional intelligence? And the third question you want to ask yourself is, if I'm weak in the area of emotional intelligence, am I willing to work on that trait? Am I willing to work on that? Am I willing to work on emotional intelligence? Am I willing to learn how to set the atmosphere wherever I go based on my emotions? The last but not least character trait of a person or people who get ahead in life, number 8, being teachable. Teachable. What does it mean, ladies and gentlemen, to be teachable? I know you all may have your idea what that means, but I'm going to give you my version of what that means. Being teachable means to develop an attitude of learning, of course. Of course, you're going to always be learning. But not only are you learning, you're observing, you're listening, and you're asking questions when needed. It's having an attitude that recognizes that you're human. You're human, and you don't know everything. But isn't it kind of, I mean, have you ever been around people who you can't tell them anything? You try to share with them an idea or a concept. Oh, I know that. Or they're not willing to listen because you may not have a PhD or you may not have a title in front of your name or behind your name. They don't want to hear it. Don't you understand that we can learn from anything? We can learn from a child if we took the time to listen. Because you don't know what evidence or what information you can gain by just allowing people to share with you. Because we don't know everything. We make mistakes. Therefore, in order to be teachable, we have to be willing to learn, willing to unlearn, and be willing to relearn. Let me say that again. If you want to be teachable, you have to be willing to learn, to unlearn, and relearn. That's a person who's teachable. A person that develops an attitude of learning, observing, listening, and asking for help when they need it. There's so many people who are not teachable and they don't want to ask you for help. They don't want to give you the impression that they know it all. It makes them feel good about themselves. And when they don't know something, that does something to their self-worth, to their self-esteem. That's a very, very lonely person to be in the world and think that they cannot learn or they cannot grow because it's not coming from them, or it's not coming out of their own head. That's unfortunate. But there are many people out there like that. So you want to ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I possess the trait of being teachable? Do the people in my life possess the trait of being teachable? And thirdly, if I am weak in the area of being teachable, am I willing to change? Am I willing to work on that? And ladies and gentlemen, if you answer those 3 questions, for every one of the 8 traits that I've given you, you are well on your way to be getting ahead in your life. It's not about fine cars or material things. It's not about degrees. It's about having a character. It's about possessing these traits so that you can be catapulted into your destiny. God wants to use each and every one of us. And when I think of Mr. Ashmafara, I don't know him personally, but I know many of you may know him personally and spent time with him. And I know that just from the little bit that I've seen about him, hearing him speak, knowing the kind of company that we're involved in, I believe that he possesses all of these character traits. And this is the reason why he's ahead in life. Because he has people around him that also have these character traits. He has to. And if they aren't this way, then they will soon be found out. The covers will be taken off of them and they'll be exposed. So if you want to be one of those people who want to get ahead in life, you truly want to get ahead in life, you really want to experience God's best, you want to really understand and experience the best version of yourself, then you will incorporate these character traits into your life. And when you do that, you'll be well on your way to getting ahead. I thank you so much for sharing. My name is Dr. T, and it was a pleasure coming to you all today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Dr. T. You nailed it, like what
Okay.
Sister Debbie said. She usually said that, and now I'm saying it. You nailed it.
Thank you.
Okay, wow. I hope all of you have taken notes. I did. I took so much notes of all the 8 points that Dr. T shared. These are all golden nuggets, and I hope all of you really appreciate Dr. T for sharing all this with us. And Dr. T, we appreciate you for coming here
Thank you.
week after month after month to share with us. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
I said thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I see a hand, Sister Antoinette, please. I see your hand.
Outstanding presentation, Dr. T, as always. and I thank and praise God for her. Through the years, those are some of the conversations that I get to hear from time to time. And you know, and even her books and things express a lot of what she shares. And I had the pleasure of reading them all. And you know, but outstanding. I was looking through, you know, as I was listening, and I found that there are areas that I need strengthening, but it's always a growing process, and strengthening and building, and you're never really finished, or you never really arrive. But I thank God for the information that we get from people like Dr. T that's on this platform and Deep Dive and other platforms. So I really appreciate, I would suggest that everyone buy her books, you know, and I'll put her website where you can go and under the product store, because they're just as phenomenal as a lot of the information that she shares. And I'll give the short testimony. When I first met Dr. T, I was homeless. I was divorced, and I was getting ready to go back into a toxic relationship. And I read her book, I Miss the Hugs, but Not the Hurts. And after I read that book, I realized I could do better. And that's what kept me from going back into a toxic relationship, abusive and all of that. And so I have a lot to thank God for in dealing and having a friend such as Dr. T. So thank you all for allowing me to share. Okay.
Yeah. Also, too, if I may say this, are all of you aware that we have a magazine, Discovering You magazine? Are you all aware of that, Jenny? Do we have the magazine?
Yes, we are aware.
Okay. Okay. All right. If the magazine is free.
Oh.
Okay, so there's no risk involved. You can subscribe or unsubscribe. If you don't like the magazine, unsubscribe. I'm trying to encourage everyone to subscribe to the magazine because it's awesome. And I'm not saying it because I am the editor-in-chief. I'm saying it because it is.
Yeah.
A lot of work goes into the magazine. It's a one-stop shop. Everything from health and wellness to spirituality, relationships, how to take care of your pets, you know, business, your finances, recipes, travel, the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. And the magazine is absolutely free. So I'm going to ask Tony again to put the link in the chat if you don't mind. And you all can copy that. And please subscribe. It's very simple. All you need is your name.
No problem.
And your email address. That's all you need. And the magazine will come into your mailbox every month around the 23rd of the month. If it's not in your inbox, check your spam. Okay, again, it's free, so there's no risk involved. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Also, there are opportunities for you to write for the magazine. You might want to write. All right, it's international. We have subscribers that are international because it's digital. It goes all over the world. So you may have a desire to write. Ms. Kumaran, you may not want to be speaking, but you might want to write, Kumaran. I see you. Okay, so you have no excuse. You might want to write. You can write an article and put it in the magazine, Kumaran. You can write an article. I'm just saying, there's so many opportunities, and the more we do that, this is our ONPASSIVE family. So I'm giving you guys a platform to not only on OPassion, but to be involved with what Dr. T is doing. Get a chance to see and hear. I even write for the magazine. I have 2 columns. All right, that's what I'm saying. So please, be a part of what we're doing. Subscribe to the magazine. Dr. Derek, every time I come to speak, he always puts the link out there so people can subscribe. But again, the magazine is free. So there is absolutely no risk involved. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. But I think you'll love it. I think you'll love it. So it's called Discovering You magazine. All right. So I want you all to just, if you to support, and also, like she said, the books, the books. I believe the books are, Tony, can they get the books if they're international or from Lulu, or how does that work? Can they also get the books if they're international, Tony, if they're out the country?
Yes, you can go on to lulu.com, and in fact, I put the link for the U store, and when you click on the link or click on the books in the U store, it'll take you to lulu.com. And if you can get Amazon, you can go through Amazon too as well. And so you can buy the book internationally. In fact, on occasion when I've gone in to check sales on the books, there are a lot of stores all over the world that have purchased the book in the past. So yes, you can buy it.
Yeah, I have a book for everybody. You may say, well, I have a book for everybody. I have the book about the cancer ordeal. All of you know that I am a cancer survivor. I was in the 4th and last stage of the cancer. I was healed of that, and I tell you about my journey and the things I had to do, the things I had to change, learn, to be teachable. I had to change my mindset. I had to get away from different people. I had to forgive myself, forgive others, change my eating habits. These are things I share. That book is for everyone. It's called This Is a Comma in Your Life. Called the Spirit in You. Short stories of beautiful miracles that have taken place in people's lives. I share that, The Spirit in You. The other book, Taking Control of Your Life from the Inside Out. 8 Keys to Fulfillment in your life, and your job, and every other area of your life. So I have books for everyone. So I would love for your support. Again, the books are on lulu.com. I prefer you to go to Lulu because Amazon takes forever and paying me my royalties. They say, he's like, okay, where's the check? But Lulu, they do it right away. Okay, so if you want to support that, I would really truly be blessed and honored. If you would just look at my books and purchase one. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so I see another hand up, so I'm gonna be quiet and let Mabel speak. Come on, Mabel. Come on down.
Well, as much as I want to be passive, I can't be passive after listening to all what you have shared. The links, I think we will add these 2 links when we post this YouTube upload for today's session, so that everyone will know your website. And how do you spell Lulu? Is that the website in the link provided? You say Lulu? Let me see.
Yes, it will take you to lulu.com, and it's LU as in unicorn, LU.com.
Okay. That's easy. That's good.
And
thank you.
In the search in the Lulu store, you can put Dr. Tunisha Ford, and all of her books will come up.
Okay. And yeah, all the gems that you have shared not only will make us a better person, but also a better person to a friend and to the things that we are doing. So this is, and it also gives us to know where we are going, be at peace with ourselves. It's so beautiful, really, Dr. T. Thank you. And there's maybe something I missed out, and that is integrity. The 6 attributes of integrity: honesty, truthfulness, fair play, propriety, and non-compromising principle. The second one, I couldn't get it. Is it contentment? Integrity.
For integrity, okay, let me find my notes.
The first one is honesty.
Yes.
The second one is?
Okay, contentment. Number 3 is
contentment.
Yes, contentment.
Oh, contentment, truthfulness, fair play.
Yep, and the other one is probity, Probity.
Yeah.
P like Paul, Probity.
Yeah. Propati. P-R-O,
Promising principle.
yeah. P-R-O-P-R-I-E-T-Y, right?
No, P-R-O-B like boy, I-T like Tom, Y. Probity.
I can't get it again. P-R-O,
P-R-O-B as in boy, I-T as in Tom, Y. Probity.
oh,
And that means open, honest, and trustworthy.
mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. T, again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share.
And
Thank you.
reaching us here. We will definitely upload this recording, and hope as many people as possible can understand and receive this empowerment, these 8 character traits. And benefit from.
And make sure you guys subscribe to the magazine.
Yes,
subscribe
yes.
to the
yes.
magazine.
Yes.
You'll really enjoy it. If you have, if you like to write, if some of you like to write poetry, or if it's something on your heart that you want to share, if you're an expert in a particular area, please let us know. We can publish it in the magazine. There's nothing more wonderful than seeing your product or what you're doing in print. You know, it actually is digital, but it's a very, very wonderful magazine.
And Sister Antoinette, I want to ask you the book that you read, the first book you mentioned you read. What's the title?
I miss the hugs, but not the hurts.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of her books have a lot of testimonies behind them. And that was one of the first to go out. And I have seen people who have read the book, and I've seen life changes, life changes, and phenomenal. But being a transformational speaker, her books are very enjoyable, and you get so much out of them. I'll share this one testimony with the Hugs book, and I refer to it as the Hugs book. This guy had purchased a book for his girlfriend, for his fiance. And when we saw him again and we asked, well, what did your fiance think of the book? He says, oh, well, she never got it. He read the book and he highlighted all the affirmations that were throughout the book. And he said he told his girlfriend she's going to have to buy her own. Yes.
Funny.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. And also, Dr. T, you mentioned about the 6 character traits, is it? The book, another book? Earlier you mentioned?
6 character traits for which one?
The book that you mentioned.
About taking control of your life.
Yeah.
Taking control of your life from the inside out. 8 keys to fulfillment on your job in every area of your life. That's a profound book. That was the very first speech I did for Deep Dive. I did a portion of that
Taking
book.
control
of your life.
Of your life.
From the inside out.
From inside out.
Yeah.
And the second one that you just mentioned, the one?
The subtitle is 8 Keys to Fulfillment.
Oh, I see. 8 keys.
That's the subtitle. 8 Keys to Fulfillment on your job in every area of your life. It's the same book. So taking control of your life from the inside out is the title, and the subtitle is 8 Keys to Fulfillment on your job in every area of your life.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I see Brother Vitel. Brother Vitel is here. Brother Vitel, would you like to say something? Maybe he's not around.
There he is.
Yeah, Brother Vitel, how are
There
you?
he is.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good.
Nice, nice. As Mr. Kumaran would say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, we missed the one. We missed wonderful, wonderful peace, blessing.
Yeah, I miss our connect. We used to have a lot of fun with it. Dr. Ford, wonderful, wonderful. Very, very thought-provoking, inspirational as usual. But I have a question. I have a couple of questions. I noticed that on the integrity, honesty was a subheading under integrity. And I know that by itself, honesty could be one of those characters by itself. Is there any reason why you have used it as a subheading? I'm not here. I think Dr. Ford, we're not hearing you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on mute. I'm sorry, forgive me. Okay, I was giving you the attributes of integrity. That's why I said so. The first one being honesty. But when I share with you about integrity, the integrity is not just about whether you lie or not. Okay, so people say, "Oh, she's an honest person." That means they tell the truth. I was letting you know, integrity is far more than just whether or not you're lying. Integrity is about authenticity and being transparent and being true to you. That's what integrity is. But then I named the attributes of integrity, which are honesty, contentment, truthfulness, fair play, probity, and non-compromising principles. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I named the attributes of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I've came across people in my life, and even right here in ONPASSIVE, where it's either my way or the highway. They fall under being teachable. Now, what do you do? What do you do with those type of people that you're surrounded with? You're surrounded by who are willing to listen or to anybody, just either my way or the highway. What do you do with those people? Do you still hang around and try to convince them, or you just cut them loose?
Okay, remember question number 2? Are you around people who possess those character traits? That was number 2, right? So you ask, what you're doing, you're asking me because you realize that you have number 2 in your life. There are people around you who are not teachable. So if you're around people who are not teachable, they can't be helped. They don't need to be in your inner circle, because what they're going to do is they're going to pull you down. You're going to always be frustrated, and you're not going to be able to grow. But more than anything, you're going to be stressed out. They're not going to be somebody that you can even glean from. They're not going to glean from you. You can't glean from them, because it's always like a tug of war, and they always want to win. And there are people out there like that, and people like that, really, if you're around someone who's not teachable, there's an underlying reason for that. Okay, they may have gone through something in their life where they may have been pushed aside or rejected. They've always felt like they were not good enough, so they overcompensate so that they can be heard. They want to be up front now. Okay, that now it's like the Napoleon complex. Little short people, and they want to always they got to always exert themselves because they're short. They want you to know that's true. They call it the Napoleon complex. Okay, like, I'm that person, okay? So I don't care what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying. It's like they're overcompensating for something, for another flaw, something that may have happened in their lives.
Yeah.
So when you see something like that, you just pray for them.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's somebody that you don't have to spend time with, if it's not a relative or somebody that you're working with, and you don't have to spend time with that person, you just treat them kindly, but they're not a person that should be in your inner circle because you're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to be team players. They're not going to be passionate about what you're doing. They're not going to have integrity, because if they can't be a team player, how can they exude and show you that they are with you? They're loyal. They're going to be loyal. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
Okay, so a
Yeah.
lot of times when you see people like that,
people like those, you don't even want to try and teach them because they are unteachable.
they're unteachable. They're unteachable. I mean, that's unfortunate.
And
If it's not coming from a book, if it's not coming from a person with a PhD or something like that, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it.
And the same goes for a team player.
Team player.
You gotta just cut them loose. I mean, because they're gonna carry you down. I mean, they're not willing to listen. They are the Lone Ranger sometimes. And they even try to undermine what you're doing. And so those are the people that we need to cut loose. Yeah.
I think about, I have a nonprofit organization. I'm the CEO and I have a board. And sometimes it's very difficult to motivate them, especially when you have a new project that you're working on and you're trying to get them to get on board, so to speak. And if everybody is doing their own thing, and don't get me wrong, you have your own life. I understand that you have your own life. But when you come to the board meeting, when you're part of an organization, you have to be focused. You cannot be all over the place. You need to be tunnel vision. You got to be right there. And that's the hardest thing sometimes to find people who are really going to be working with you, who are really just going to have that integrity, who's going to really, have the heart of being a team player. Just like Mr. Aspafaro, I'm pretty sure that in the 5.5 years that he's been in business, how many times he had to get rid of people, ask people to leave, because he realized they didn't have the integrity, they weren't teachable, they were not team players, they were not loyal, all the different attributes we just talked about. Those are the people he had to get rid of because they didn't have those 8 traits. So when you fall short in one of them, that's why I asked the third question. If you are weak in one of these traits, are you willing to work on it? That's why I asked you to ask yourself that question, because only you can answer that question. You may say, well, I'm not really loyal. I start something and if I get bored with it, I drop the ball. I don't really see it to the end. That's the issue. Because if you don't see it to the end for yourself, you're definitely not going to see it to the end for somebody else. Am I right or wrong? Does that make sense? If you don't have passion for your own life, how are you going to have passion for somebody else, what somebody else is doing? If you don't have integrity for yourself, if you're not authentic for you, you're not going to have integrity for anybody else. And remember the parable? I don't remember where it is right now, but the parable, there was a father and he had 2 sons. He asked the one son to do something, and the son said, okay, Dad, I got you. I'm going to do it. But he went on his way. He didn't do it. He asked the other son the same thing. The son said he was complaining about it. He was fussing and everything. He said, oh, Dad, I really don't want to do that. But he went on and did it anyway. And Jesus asked the question because it was a parable. He said, which one pleased his father? The one who said he was going to do it and didn't do it with all this enthusiasm, but the one who complained, but he did it. Which one pleased his father? The one that's going to do it. Like I always tell people, I may be fussing, but I'm on my way. You want people that are going to be on their way. They're going to get in the trenches with you and they're going to be loyal. I may have something to say about it, but am I in the trenches with you? Am I working with you? Am I helping you? Can you see the fruit of what I'm doing? And that's what it's all about. It's about the fruit. Can you see the fruit? Are you guys growing because you have me on your team? I might be that opposition, but maybe I'm the voice of reason for the group. But you need a person who's going to be the voice of reason, because if everybody's agreeable, somebody has to throw a wrench in there and say, hey, what about this? Have you considered this? And you need a person like that on your team, because maybe you're so gung-ho about doing something and you really haven't looked at the whole scheme of things. And that one person that says, what about this? You need that voice of reason. You need a person like that on your team who's going to examine the whole thing and say, okay, what about this and what about that? But eventually, the team has to bring everybody to be on one accord so that you can move forward at some point.
Dr. Ford, I know, what about in your own family? Okay. You got people who are not team players. You got people who are either my way or the highway in your own family. These are people that you're tied to forever. How do you cut them loose?
My mother used to always say this. She said, you cannot pick your family members, but thank God you can pick your friends. They're going to be your family, okay? You can't do anything about that, but you
Forever.
don't have to hang out with. You don't have to hang out with them. There's nothing in the rule book to say you got to hang out with them. You don't have to hang out with them. There are many people in my family that I see every now and then. Okay, I don't have to be around them all the time. Okay, I love you. We may get together for holidays, special occasions, but I'm not hanging out with you. You know, I'm not trying to get around you all the time, and that's okay. The Bible says for us to love each other. He says about liking you. I don't have to like you per se. You don't have to always be each other's company, but I'll have to always love you. I can still love you and be there for you when you really need me, but I don't have to hang out with you. There's no rule that you have to hang out with somebody.
The terminology, love them from a distance, would go with those people.
Yes. Love them from seriously, because you can't do anything about. You cannot choose who's in your family. You can't do anything about that, but you can choose your friends. See, do what you can choose, and that's choosing your friends. Who's in your inner circle? That's why I asked the question. The second question is, ask yourself: do the people that you hang around with, the people that you know, are they people of integrity? Are they people who have passions? Are they loyal? Are they honest? Are they teachable? Are they team players? If they're not like that, then there's something is wrong. And usually, people who don't have good attributes, they have a tendency to bring you down. I don't know why it is. Maybe just some type of spiritual law. It's easy for you to be brought down for you to bring them up. I don't know why. So you need to not hang around those people so you won't have to go down to their level. At least leave it alone. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ford. Thank you very much, Mr.
I hope I answered your question, Vitel. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. You did. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sister Mabel, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Are you feeling good?
Better, but today I'm a bit tired. So that's why. Yeah.
All right.
Faith
Good to
is
see you.
also up and with me. You know, she's listening to everything. I like what Dr. T mentioned about the emotional intelligence. And I particularly like to say that if you have EI, we set the tone of the atmosphere. Oh my goodness, such a peacemaker that we can be if we learn this skill of emotional intelligence. You know, and as I have said earlier, all these traits that you are teaching us today really make us a better person, make us a better friend, make us having the qualities to do the good causes, projects that Ash is encouraging us to. You know, and especially even mentioning to be a team player. We really need to be a team player. We cannot do anything alone by ourselves. And I thank God for OPassion, the group here, you know, my host team and all these wonderful global friends and that we are building the global family here. Thank you, Dr. T, for teaching us every month and gelling us together, empowering us. And Jeannie, I think we really have a good name for our team. Passion.
OPassion.
You know, and I always believe there is a passion inside each one of us. It's just that over the years and the hardship of life, we lose our passion, we bury it. But right now, with Ash empowering us with a time freedom, financial freedom, we can really dig our passion up. But it takes time, you know, and all this teaching that you're giving us is really building us, empowering us to get ready for what we can do for God. But of course, most of all, we really need God, even the passion
Yes.
to come from God. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much
Stay
for allowing me
prayerful,
to
sister.
speak,
Stay
Stephanie.
prayerful, Sister Mabel.
Yes.
Sister Jeannie, back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Vitel. And thank you so much, Dr. T.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and Mabel, thanks for also sharing your thoughts with us, even though you are a bit down, but not to worry, God is with you. God will give you the strength back.
Amen.
Yeah. So we have Dilip Roy. Are you new with us, Dilip? Welcome. And we have Chong, Miss Chong. And Dr. Doris today. Would any of you like to ask Dr. T or share anything? Anyone? You're free to do so. Or how about Brother Ellen G? Or Mr. Ren?
Not at the moment, thanks.
Huh?
Not at the moment.
No? Okay. How about Mr. Ranjun from India? We have Angela LeBois who just joined us. Welcome, welcome, Angela. You can join us earlier next time, Angela, because we are about to wrap up. You have missed all the nugget, but not to worry. You can always listen to the recording. And remember that Dr. T has a lot of good nuggets for us. So please look out for the recording and listen to it. And also, Dr. T has shared with us that she has written many books that can empower us. And Sister Antoinette has shared and given us testimony how Dr. T's book has changed her life. So you may want to look it up. It is in the chat. You may, Angela, you just came in, right? You can look at the chat. I will repost it. Maybe you may not be able to see it because you just came in. And then before we close, I repost it for you. Okay. And there's also a magazine that you may want to subscribe to it. It's called Discovery You magazine. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to copy it. It's taking me some time. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to post the U store first. And you can go there and take a look, and that's where you can key in Dr. T, and then you'll be able to find her books. And then the magazine, hold on, the Discovery You magazine. Okay, let me copy that. And I'm going to repost it.
Yeah.
All right, and that's for you, Sister Angela. Do come join us again next Thursday. We start at 9 p.m. Singapore time. I think it's 9 a.m. if you are in USA. All right. Okay, and if not, then I would like to thank Dr. T again, and would like Dr. T to close us with a few words.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing me to be on this platform today. I always look forward to it. It is a pleasure. I think you all are doing a phenomenal work. I like your faithfulness. Remember that word, faithfulness? You all are just go-getters, and you have so many phenomenal, wonderful people on this platform, and you've included me and my friend Antoinette, and I thank you so much for that. And just to recap, 8 character traits of people who get ahead in life. You must be, have faithfulness, passion, loyalty, integrity, diligence, be a team player, have emotional intelligence, and be teachable. And when you exhibit these 8 character traits, you will be well on your way to getting ahead in life and actually seeing coming to fruition that thing, that very dream, that purpose that God has ordained since the big foundation of the world. When he called out your name, you'll see it come to fruition. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much, Dr. T. Thank you. We look forward to your next meeting with us, sharing with us again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you everyone for being present here today. We really appreciate you. And thank you, Sister Antoinette, for sharing the testimony with us and sharing all the nuggets with us as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night, Kumaran Ford. Good night, Kumaran Ford. Kumaran Ford. Okay.
Kumaran Ford.
Kumaran Ford. Okay.
Good night.
Okay. Good night, Vitar. See you later.
Hey,
Take care.
everyone. Yeah,
Okay,
good
Dr.
morning.
T.
He wants
For
to
those
be your
in US.
godson. Follow your surname,
Okay,
Ford.
Mr. Antoinette. Bye.
Kumaran. Good night. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Good
Thank
night,
you,
everyone.
everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you. God bless everyone.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
Good
night.
night.
Trying to look for the stop recording. Oh yeah, recording.
On top.
Yeah.